Hey everyone! So this is my first creative team project for Aunty Vera Scrap and Craft, and I'll be making a traveler's notebook insert slash journal. So you can use it either as an insert in your traveler's notebook, or you can just keep it in your purse separately as a journal. So to start with, for the base of the journal, I'm going to use this Decaf Vintage by Bo Bunny. And I'm gonna cut it. Alright, where is my? Hold on. So I'm going to cut it to 8 1/4 inches by using the basic 8 1/4 by 8 1/4 traveler's notebook insert size. So I'm not going to cut that off, but we're going to use the sides as tucks. So what we're going to do is, let me get my scope. Right, so since this is the cover, I'm going to make it slightly larger. So I'm going to score it at, oh, no, I think it's bigger. Score it at 4 1/4. And 8 1/2. Makes a that's your cover, and over here you've got a little tuck. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the border punch. Come back to that. So I've got my border punch here. I think I'll finish this off camera. So I've punched all the way, and I'm just going to put some glue at the sides here, and that makes a tuck. I'm wondering if I should make it a little. Actually, I think I want there to be a little bit more space here, because once you put the pages in, you might not be able to. So what I'm gonna do, so I'm going to cut this off 2 3/4, and we can always use this strip somewhere else in the journal. So I'm going to do this again on this side, and that would be the right perfect size for a tuck. So I'll be back. So I'll just put glue at the 2 edges here. So I've just glued the 2 sides, and I'm going to stick it on, and that would make your tuck. So there you go. That's your base to start with. Now I'm going to take 10 pieces of paper and cut them at 8 1/4 by 8 1/4, and I'll come back. Now I'm going to be using this one, Autumn Floral and Falling Leaves, and 8 other pieces of paper apart from that. So I will cut them down to size, and I will come back. Okay, so I've got the Autumn Floral paper cut down to 8 1/4 by 8 1/4 and fold it in half, as well as the falling leaves cut down to the same size. Apart from that, I've got this piece of newsprint paper cut down to the same size, a page from a coloring book that's slightly smaller, but that's alright, a piece of tissue paper cut down to 8 1/4 and 8 1/4, a dictionary page. I chose this one because it has the word autumn, so that is the same width but slightly shorter height. That's alright. I also had to cut off a piece of the page just so it could fit in here. What else do we have? I've got this just printer paper. It's yellow, so I've cut it down to the same height. But what I'm going to do for this page is let's make the crease where it should be. So there will be 4 1 by 8. And 8 1/4. So just so that page will just go as is, and you'll have a flip out. So that, and then I also chose this paper. What is this called? That's called Autumn Acorn. So I've cut it down to the width of 8 1/4, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to score it lengthwise at 8 1/4. And fold it in half so I can make these two pockets. Let's just do that. This way. Yep, that's fine. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to just cut off a little bit here and here, so when it folds it's not so bulky. Scissor. So now when you fold it, you don't get that much resistance as when there's two oh well, my words are completely failing me. So you'd also cut off this little part that's sticking out here so that it's just nice and even. I think I've changed my mind. I want to make it, I'm just going to cut off this little bit here so to make it like that. Okay, let's just put those together. You should get it to the same That's much better, isn't it? Alright, so there we go. That's our next page. And the last thing that I'm going to do is I've got this lunch bag. And I'm going to cut it down to, the height is fine, so I just need to cut this to 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. There. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this with a paper napkin. I've chosen 3 that I think might look nice. Quite leaning to the flowers, but maybe I'll I do quite like this. So what we're going to do is going to take off all the extra layers of tissue behind. So this is 2 of them. And then you decide where you'd like it to go. You stick it on. So I might have to use 2 different tissues, one for this side and one for the other side. So not sure. The owls. How much of it? That doesn't come. Alright, so what I'll do is, because I want this, I'm going to fold this in half first. And stick it on just the half. There, that's perfect. We'll just use stick glue just to make this super quick. And then we'll just cut off the excess tissue. there you go. You have. So I'm going to do the rest off camera. I'll stick some tissue here as well as here and here, and I'll be back. So this is the lunch bag with the paper napkins. So it makes 2 pockets and a pretty page. And I also had this notebook page that I've cut down to the size 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. So that's going to be the last page in the notebook, traveler's notebook journal. So there's a few things that I'd like to do before I stitch them in. Dictionary page. So this is the page for the word autumn. So what I'm going to do is on this page, I'm going to use the Tim Holtz stencil, and I'm just going to stencil these on here. Just going to put a little bit of painter's tape to keep it in place. Alright, so that looks better, right? So let's start with, this is Kaiser Craft saffron color, but ink pad, and go over all the whole stencil. So that's the yellow all over. Next I'm going to take this Creative Red stamp pad that I have and just do some of the edges. And then a bit of green. Oops, that's too much green. I'm not very good at coloring, so this actually, I love doing these because somehow it always looks good. Just a little brown here. Alright, let's see how we did. There we go. So that's one of your pages. So another thing I want to do before I stitch the pages in is I want to use these Tim Holtz stamps and just stamp them all on the side here of the newsprint page. How do I get that? Alright, I think I'm just gonna go for it. So I don't want to take them off because they're just in the right place. So I'm just gonna use some brushed corduroy distressed ink and see how we go. Alright, wish me luck. Oh wow, that is beautiful. Just perfect. Alright, so I like how that looks. So that's going to be one of the pages, and now what we're going to do is we're going to put them together and stitch them into the cover. Okay, so now we've got our 10 pages together that will form the signature, and before that I'll show you. I like that blueprint stamp so much that I've stamped it in that saffron yellow color just on the edges of the notebook paper. So now you decide what order you would like your papers to go in. So that's the base. Just some color. I'll put the next, this one. The page next. Next page. Let's use this one. Oh, dictionary page. Let's have this pocket. I have that one in the center. So there, I've got my signature ready to be put in here. And what we're gonna do is we're going to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. So I've got this piece of paper that is the same height. So what I'm gonna do is just mark that's the top. So that it's 8 1/4. So to mark the center, that would be 4 1/8. There. And we'll go, what should we go? 1 inch from each side, so it's 7 1/4. And 1 here. So that's where you're going to put your holes. mark that in the center. And now put it here. Make sure the top is in the same place. One, two, three. That's done. Match it together. Make sure it's exactly where you want it to be. Same thing, it's the top. One, two, three. So you got that ready to go in, and then we're going to stitch it in. So what I do is I measure it about 3 times the length, and oops, so that's 1, 2, 3, and then cut. And we'll thread that on. So you start at the center. Now what I'm gonna do is I've got these Woodland Critter buttons. To add some on the outside. Done this on camera, so it's a bit fiddly. So yeah. Doesn't come back. Alright, I changed my mind about the buttons. I wasn't pulling very tight with the buttons on there, so we'll just lift it out. And once you got it in here, then you go back to the bottom and all the way out. Out. And back in here. it all stitched in. I like to put one on each side. Taking my needle out. Just like there, and tie it up. There you go. They look pretty. Okay. That flips out. And we'll just add a few more things here and on camera, but the rest is really up to you. Okay, so now I'm going to use one of these offcuts to make pockets here. About, where should we go, 6. And 3. Another one. Let's try that 4.5. I think I like that. Whoops. And I'll just put them all together, and hopefully this punch will punch through, so that it's aligned. And just glue them on, one on top of the other. So you've got your 3 pockets in here. Right. I also wanted to use this trim in the cover, just around here. This just goes really well with this paper. It just makes it absolutely gorgeous. So I'm gonna stick that on and to go around to the back. Oh, I should have had it first. So that's all cut and ready. Now I want to add these leaf buttons in the lace because I think there's a lovely bit of color. So I'm using my husband's massive pliers, just cutting off the back. There. Maybe I'll just leave it at that. Put this one here. Well, I can't decide if I want it or not. Alright, maybe if I just put them all. I like the colors, but the lace is just so beautiful. I don't want to take away from that effect. Maybe I'll put them at the bottom here. What do you think? If only you could talk back to me. Alright, I'm gonna do it. Awkward. I didn't want to put anything else on the cover because I love this pattern. And it's also got, it's textured. You can't actually see that, but I don't want to take away from that. So I put the 3 leaves at the bottom here. And so that's, you can of course keep, no, I never really know when to stop. I love to keep decorating, but I think the idea with a traveler's notebook is that there should be more place to write. So I'm trying not to go crazy here. So that right there. Nope, that's not it. Where do we have? Here, autumn, autumnal, autumn leaf. And got the pocket here. And yeah, because we need to stick these 2 sides down. Wait, I can do that off camera. Wait. And this flips open. That's about it. And you got that pocket there. And that's the back. And there's also one more thing. So there was this little strip we cut off earlier. Yeah, I think it goes nicely there. So I'm just going to stick that one down. So that decorates this page up a bit. Alright. There's a lot you can do. Maybe I'll add some of this. It's not just for the first page. Here. I think I really like I like the red. How about here? Just a bit from. Wow, that's beautiful. So what we can do is just add a strip of this here. Really brightens the page up. Yep, they wouldn't do that. So that's stuck on there, and then I've cut out some of these 3x4 cards from the paper sheet. So the 3x4 journaling card paper sheet, and I'm just going to put those in some paper clips. Just these. There you go. So one more thing I want to do is put something at the edges of this. Now I got that Julie's 10 pieces dimensional leaves. I'm trying to find 2 of each. There you go. There you go. I'm not going to do anything else because I think this video has gone on quite long. I just realized that I've got the sticker sheet here, so I thought I might put something here. Let's see how this will go. Not quite sure. Can't quite decide if I want to or not. Oops. I gotta get it better. There. Oh, here. Oh, here. I think I'll just go with that. Anyway, I think this video's gone long enough. So thank you for following along with me. Of course, there's a lot more you can do to the pages, but I'm just leaving it at that for now. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.